Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Tuesday. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Nice group for a Tuesday that feels like a Monday. Again, I'm Jace. Welcome to the Jason Show. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and the Mickey Mouse Club's Employee of the Month, Kendall Mark.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good morning. Moi? Mickey Mouse Club?
That's right.
Of the month? Wow.
Hey, I missed you.
I missed you too, but I feel like I missed you more than you missed me because you were on a really epic trip.
I was on a nice little weekend trip. I was live on our show yesterday. I was down at Walt Disney World for a little sneak preview of their new Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster at Epcot Center. And I would encourage you to go back and watch that segment, so I'll just keep this brief. I really wasn't... I wasn't being Jason when I was talking to you and Pierre yesterday. Lord knows I've ridden every ride at Disney World hundreds of times in Disneyland. I've been on a lot of roller coasters, just not at Disney. Trust me when I say this, that ride is the best it's the best ride at Walt Disney World. It really is. It's fantastic.
That's a pretty big review.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Rise of the Resistance, the Star Wars one that I talk about, that's 22 minutes. Mm-hmm. That is right up there, but I consider that an experience. It's a ride, but it's an experience. This is just an indoor roller coaster like you've never experienced. I can't even barely describe it.
When you were saying what I learned yesterday, the queue, aka the line.
The line,
in
yeah.
amusement park speak.
Yeah.
Is even cool. Like, you don't just stand there and do nothing.
No, and I don't know if I remember. I talked to so many people.
Away.
I didn't give anything away, but I will. I tease this, and I'll just say this briefly. There is something that happens in the holding room, the second holding room. They divide you up, and you go in there with about 150 people, and you're standing in this room, and something happens that I'm not joking. Colin and I spent the rest of yesterday trying to figure out how they did it. It was David Copperfield times 1,000. And we can't, everybody in that room, and I told you and Pierre, everybody in that room, there was an audible gasp of like, what just happened in this room? Mm-hmm. That's all I'm gonna say. But now I'm gonna tell you a story about tequila, nudity, and Star Wars.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
Okay. So this was Sunday, and I might have been, we might have been having a really good time. And we were at Disney's Hollywood Studios at our favorite bar there called Tune In with our dear friends. I've mentioned them before, Julie, bartender Julie and Elena. Anyway, and we were there, and Colin and I met and befriended a new couple. And they were very nice. And I'm not usually, like when I'm on vacation, I talk for a living. The last thing I want to do there is talk.
Make small
yeah.
talk, yeah.
But these people were delightful. We loved them. Let me cut this story short. We started having a good time at the bar. We got very, they were very sweet. So I picked up their tab. So I say that because then the husband looked at me and he goes, "We're going across the way to my favorite bar, and we're doing tequila shots." And I said, so I don't usually do shots. And I went like this. I go, yeah!
Oh.
And Colin looks at me and says this. Colin goes, "Who do you think you are? Like, you are 47 and you're acting like you're 22. So we go over there, and we were given shots the size of the mayor of Munchkinland. I mean, this thing was, it was the biggest shot I've ever seen. And the husband and I, the wife is the smart one. The wife is sipping her. This is me. Yeah! And I do it. So about 10 minutes later, we say goodbye to them. We go on a ride. We get out of the ride, and we're walking, and we see a big group blocking the door. And we're like, what's happening? And we hear the Disney cast member say, you all have to leave. You have to exit. They were holding there because it was a torrential downpour. So I am loopy enough where I don't care anymore. So I go, let's run. So Colin and I are running, and when I say I'm drenched, Colin and I every layer of me, I looked like a drenched rat. And we went to another ride, the Star Wars ride, and we're in line, and this is where I'm not proud of my behavior. We're in line, and all of a sudden I turn around in the queue, in the line, in the little cave, and my husband has a shirt off. And he's like half naked. And I went like this, I go, why are you naked in a Star Wars ride? And he goes, I'm not naked, I'm squeezing out my shirt, and calm down. And I go, you're naked in a Star Wars ride. And he goes, Jason, I need you at like a 4. Meanwhile, this family is coming around Colin looking at us like this. Like, why are these two gay people fighting in Star Wars? We have a half-naked gay person, we have another gay person screaming. Kids, tequila's bad. Let's get started. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. I thought he was naked. I don't know.
I need you at a 4.
Jason, I need you at a 4. The late night shows are back at full strength. Stephen Colbert returned to his show following a second bout of COVID last month, and he addressed it at the top of the show. Look.
COVID's not keeping this guy down more than twice. Here's what happened. Had COVID, got over COVID. Then COVID staged a gritty reboot in my lungs. But I'm back, and I'm happy to be back.
Yep. Stephen's guest, Judd Apatow and former Defense Secretary Mark Esper. Well, there's a guest combo, you know. You have... It reminds me of, remember I tell you about that dinner, that charity dinner that I was at? And it was it was Gene Simmons and a former British Prime Minister, Tony Blair. It was the weirdest. And me, right there, me. I'm like, what am I doing here? Anyway, good day, it's good, anyway. Next to the dish. Lisa Marie Presley is still gushing over the upcoming Elvis movie. Now, we talked about how she praised Austin Butler's portrayal of her father. Well, in a new Instagram post, she says she's watched it with her 3 kids who were all overwhelmed in the best possible way and filled with pride. She also says, and this is sad, I read this yesterday, that it breaks her heart that her son isn't alive to see it because he would have loved to have seen it. If you guys don't know, her son Benjamin died in 2020 due to an apparent suicide. He was 27 years old. So I read this, and it was like the first part of it made me sad because she talks about her grief, the never-ending grief. And then she starts talking about this movie, and it really hit me that if Lisa Marie, if Lisa Marie and Priscilla, who also praised it, if they think this is the best portrayal ever of Elvis, I'm sold.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Gotta watch it now.
I'm gonna see it. Right?
Yeah. And Baz Luhrmann, I mean, his movies,
Baz, yeah.
I mean, Mulan is one of my favorite movies of all
Australia?
time. Yes, Gatsby, Australia. The list is huge.
I can't wait to see this. And that guy, that Austin Young, stratospheric stardom after this movie. Elvis hits theaters in June. We don't have to wait long. What is it? June what? Front row's telling me. June 24th. There we go.
She's already got a ticket. Don't need Ted anymore.
Front row's helping produce today. I love it. They know that Jeff's at home today. I love it. Next on the dish, when the Star Wars prequels initially came out, the reception was muted. But according to Anakin himself, they just needed time to marinate. In a new interview, Hayden Christensen, Darth Vader himself, says the movies just needed time to age. He says they had a gestation period and needed a little time to ferment in the public psyche. Okay, there's a lot of food references there, but okay.
Like pregnancy. What is
Yeah.
happening?
And the reception is now heartwarming, Hayden said. He said he had to rewatch all the prequels as he prepared for his role in Obi-Wan, and he says he was impressed now with how good those movies are. Look, I'm a Star Wars fan. I didn't love the prequels. I was one of those that were like, oh. But we have to remember, and Hayden said this, the prequels, those movies are geared for kids. They're not for they're not for overgrown kids. They're for children. And they really are. The prequels, the plot, they're actually really good movies. They're just different from the original trilogy, and that's why everyone had a problem with it.
And you brought this up in the meeting, but Colin and I grew up in the second, that portion of the trilogies. And I mean, so I really thought at that age that those were really cool. And I watched the originals at a young age, nobody yell at me, and was like, oh, this seems really slow because the animation wasn't as big. And now you watch the new ones and you're like, oh, it's huge.
Absolutely. It's just a generational thing. And I love all nine. I'm not a fair weather Star Wars fans. I love them all. I just wouldn't recommend loving them so much you get naked in a Star Wars ride. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everyone. Tequila. The dish isn't done yet, my friends. Coming up, a controversial Minnesota icon is making a comeback, I guess, kinda.
Do you think you crossed the line in any way in that relationship?
Evidently, I did.
Garrison Keillor sits down with CBS Sunday Morning. What did he say? We'll tell you. Then, wine, glorious wine. The one and only wine diva, Leslie Miller, friends. The wine diva, Leslie Miller, is back in our studio for some shenanigans, of course, and great tips for throwing all sorts of summer parties. And we have crappy prizes to give away today. My favorite thing, I'm heading into the studio audience, and you never know what's going to happen. That and more when we come back. Welcome back. Great crowd today. Great audience today. I love it. Welcome back. David Letterman is making regular appearances now on his new YouTube channel. And yesterday talked about a recent trip to California for the Netflix Is a Joke Comedy Festival. You got to see this. It's our late night rewind.
I just got back from California. I was there 2 weekends in a row. And the weekend before, I was out there for the big comedy festival, Netflix comedy festival. And what a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, comedy and so forth. And but this thing about comedians, I'm not funny enough to be attacked on stage is what I learned. You have to be really good to get somebody to come up on stage, because I tried it and it didn't work, and I would discourage it. I don't think it's the way to go.
No, not the way to go, Dave. That's Barbara. What's cool, that's Barbara and Mary. Barbara and Mary were both, well, Barbara in the middle was the executive producer for Dave for The Late Show, and Mary was a senior producer. And now they still do stuff with Dave's YouTube channel, which they are really putting a lot of effort in that channel. It's great. They're posting old clips. And speaking of that, I wanted to update you guys too. You know, our good friend Madeline Smithberg, who was a producer on Dave, revealed her battle with cancer. I checked on her yesterday. She got her hair cut. She got her, and I told her how beautiful she looked. And she goes, I didn't let them shave it all the way. She goes, this is my midpoint look. And I said, you look beautiful. And I said, we're all sending love here at the Jason Show. And whatever you need, you let us know. So Madeline, we love you. We love you, sweetheart. She's going to be great. Love that woman. More late night for you. Michelle Dockery, or as we know her, Lady Mary on Downton, was on Fallon last night. She stars, of course, in the Downton Abbey sequel, A New Era. Look at this.
When you meet a fan to take a picture or anything like that, do you know immediately if they're a Downton fan or an Anatomy of a Scandal fan?
Sometimes Downton fans, there's this kind of deference. It's like they curtsy. Almost.
It's like meeting royalty, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Do you have any idea that you'd be playing your character for 12 years?
No, we would never have imagined. I mean, I can't
movies
believe I'm still sitting here talking about it.
But it's amazing. It's great. But then you put the movie out, and you were like, well, let's hope it's. And it was a giant hit.
Yeah, and that's, you know, it's about the appetite out there, and the audience really, you know, loved the first film. It made sense to do another one.
Yeah.
And this film it's fantastic.
It is fantastic. I will tell you, saw it about a month ago. It does open later this week, so I do want to remind you, go see it again, because it's been a while since I praised it. It is so good, and it's what we need right now. It's light, it's airy, it's I think better than the first. So go grab your friends. If we all do need just an exhale moment. Go grab your girlfriends, your guy friends, and go see this if you love Downton. You won't be sorry. And she's right. I think I would curtsy to her. I think if I met her, oh yeah, I think I would go like Lady Mary. I think I would just instinctually, just because it's Lady Mary, I would do that.
Oh, you know who I would do it to? Maggie. I would be like, oh, the dame is here.
Maggie Smith, yeah.
Yeah, that's who I would totally do it to.
Wouldn't you freak out more with her because of Harry Potter? You love the Harry Potter.
Professor McGonagall, yes.
You would be more.
I'd ask her to turn into a cat. I'd be like, just the one time, I won't tell anyone.
Yeah, and then she would give you a look, and then
that'd be the end.
That would be the end of it. Next in the dish, Garrison Keillor is trying to make a comeback 5 years after leaving Prairie Home Companion amid a Me Too investigation. He's getting the gang back together. I saw this, I was like, what? What? He was on CBS Sunday Morning and did some cleaning up, kinda.
You should not be friends with a female colleague. It's dangerous.
Well, you could argue that.
You should never put your hand on a female colleague, ever. It's dangerous.
Do you think you crossed the line in any way in that relationship?
Evidently I did.
But do you think you did?
If so, I crossed the line in a way that if you were to dismiss everybody else who had crossed the line, there would be no staff left and there would be no management whatsoever. The culture changed.
The culture changed.
The culture changed.
Okay, full disclosure, we do an occasional segment, Unpopular Opinion. Unpopular Opinion, I'm coming from a place of, I'm not a big Prairie Home Companion fan. I liked the movie only because it was shot here and it let me meet Lily Tomlin, but that's it. I mean...
That's all.
That's the only reason I went to that movie, because I could meet Lily Tomlin and recite 9 to 5 to her. But, and then hear Meryl Streep talk about Punch Pizza. That's the only reason I saw that movie. However, am I the only one? It's a little weird, right? The interview's a little weird.
It is. And he very much deflects, and it's like, well, you just shouldn't do that, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, no.
No. And you shouldn't put your hand on a female colleague? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take obvious for 400. Yeah. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and it's like the culture has changed. I'm like,
but also what I didn't like was the over, going to level 10 of, well, you should just you can't ever be friends with female colleagues. Now, settle down. You can be friends with them if you don't touch them. If you don't touch them inappropriately,
or
if you're
naked.
Yeah, if you're not I'm not saying he's an animal, but if you treat them with respect, it's amazing. You can have female friends if you're respectful. Shocking.
It's weird. I will say too, I have plenty of male bosses, and I've had plenty of male bosses in my life, and it's just fine. You can still have a regular conversation with women.
Yes.
Just don't be a Murphy perv.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Jeff manages to have his whole life without being a Murphy perv.
It's amazing.
He's fantastic.
It's amazing.
He's amazing.
He's not even here to hear it.
I know. I'm giving Jeff a compliment. He's not even here. Yeah, I know. No. All joking aside, it's just a weird. I was surprised to see him on the lineup on the CBS Sunday Morning. I'm like, well, I'm all about forgiveness, and I'm all about second chances.
Yep.
The world, we love a comeback story. It's just, it wasn't that long ago.
Right, and it doesn't sound like a lot of self-reflection.
There's that too, thank you. Garrison reached a settlement, we should say, with his accuser, and he just released a new book, and he's actually back performing shows. So y'all judge for yourself. If you're a fan, go, you do you. Next in the dish, Mean Girls is one of the most iconic movies from the early 2000s. Well, Amanda Seyfried was interviewed recently by Marie Claire and chatted about the fallout from this line.
I'm kind of psychic. I have a fifth sense. What do you mean? It's like I have ESPN or something. My breasts can always tell when it's gonna rain. Really? That's amazing. Well, they can tell when it's raining.
Well, in the interview, she says teenage boys would always come up to her and ask if it was going to rain. And she says she was always grossed out by that. She also talked about the struggles of being a child actor and how the stars need security everywhere they go. That's why she owns a farm in upstate New York where she can go and live under the radar. Yeah, look, I mean, it's not sometimes you roll your eyes at stars whining. I would imagine especially if you're a young lady and you have teenage boys who, I mean, I think they probably think they're joking, but they're coming up to you, looking at your boobies, and they're going, you know, is there a low pressure system coming? You know what I mean? It's not cute. It would be really annoying and kind of would gross you out.
Oh yeah, she said, I mean, it got to the point with just different things and just seeing the fame and where it could go with her, where she just at the peak of what could have been a massive career, and it still is a big career, she just went, yeah, I'm not gonna do that, and just left town.
I'm going to recite one of my favorite quotes from the Oprah show when they were talking about fame. And this child psychologist said, fame is nearly impossible for an adult to wrap their brain around, so it's nearly impossible for a kid to wrap their brain around what fame is. And that's why you have so many, especially in the earlier era. Now we have we talk more about mental health and therapy, but you look at the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and you look at child actors in that era,
it's awful.
It's a very sad story. I mean, Dana Plato always leaps to my mind from Different Strokes. You know, and then you have success stories like the Olsons. You know, they were raised right, as we say in the South. They had a good foundation. Gary Coleman, another one from Different Strokes. That show was really cursed. So next in the dish, details are leaking out about the next season of Bridgerton. Season 3 will follow. Please hold your applause until the ride comes to a complete stop.
Sorry.
Season 3 will follow Colin and Penelope's love story. Okay, sure. This is actually out of order with the original order of Julia Quinn's books. The third book focuses on Benedict's love life, but that season is getting pushed back because I guess no one really cares about Benedict. Is that what I'm hearing?
Okay, so they really haven't done a good job. Yeah, totally. The first 2 seasons of showing him other than kind of like the fun, drunk, artsy brother. So it's true, you don't really feel that invested in his love story. And Colin and Pen, oh, I love them, and I love Penelope.
Okay.
Oh, she's so cool.
I really wish you could express yourself.
I know.
Yeah, on this particular subject. Front row, when does the new season come out? Do you know? Okay, look that up in the commercial break. Could you, front row?
They're filming this summer.
I'm just gonna. We call those tags. I'm just gonna have Aquamarine write all my tags. She's gonna do all my tags for me.
Yep.
Yeah, right there. I'm just gonna call her Aquamarine. I don't even. Yeah. We're gonna take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. Leslie Miller's here. Welcome back.
Keep that to yourself.
It's commercial talk, Leslie. It's finally nice out, and that means it's time to party. Here with some of her tips for throwing the best party, because it includes wine. Welcome back to the show, the wine diva, Leslie Miller, everyone. Cheers!
Cheers!
I love this.
Cheers, cheers.
See, you're one of my favorite guests for so many reasons. First, I get done with the intro and you hand me a glass of wine within
Always.
a second. I love it, yeah.
Good for that.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through let me read this. 4 different types of parties.
Yes.
And you have 3 wine suggestions for each party.
That's
Is that
right.
what I'm hearing?
Absolutely.
Okay, what's party number 1?
Well, party number 1 is we're outside, right?
Yeah.
We are having picnics outside. We're having barbecues. You might be taking a cute little bike ride. You want to pack some wine, some sandwiches, or maybe you're going to a backyard grill party.
Okay, so that backyard grill is number 1.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm so into, and this segment's really about just the style of wine that you would bring, not necessarily these actual labels.
Okay.
So my big thing is I love these 2 grapes, Chenin Blanc and Viognier. They're just delightful.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, my early 30s were spent drinking Pine Ridge. Right? Pine Ridge right there. Yeah. That's
And
a good one, everyone.
I love the inexpensive price point too. I mean, for $15, it's gulpable. You chill it. It goes with cucumber sandwiches.
It's gulpable.
Yes, it's so gulpable.
And the next thing you know, you're naked on a Star Wars ride. That's right. Yeah.
I love how every segment you're like, well, I don't really do shots, but.
I don't. We've been out together. I don't. I mean, sometimes.
Okay.
Anyway, but this is.
So next, you need a chillable red. So light-bodied red grapes, they're delicious when you chill them just a little titch. I want you to try this. This is the grape Zweigelt. Now another grape would work in here would be Pinot Noir or Gamay. Just so good with a little chill on it.
Oh, I've never thought of chilling a red.
Yes, light-bodied red grapes. Yes.
That is real good.
So yummy.
Oh, that's a favorite.
Yeah, and Zweigelt, it's an Austrian grape, but it just goes with everything. You could do barbecue chicken, and then you could do roast beef sandwiches, all kinds of fun things.
Oh, go get that, everyone. That's really good. Okay.
And then also smoky. Think the grill. Now you're coming over, you're having burgers, you're doing ribs, some kind of like smoky, earthier style of wines. And again, not to overspend, because you could really kind of overspend on the grape Cabernet.
Yeah.
I love the region of Minervois. Anything in southern France, you can literally find for $14, $15. Grenache and Syrah, take it to the bank.
And that's this one right here. If we take that shot, that's this one right here. If you're looking, if you want to write down the labels, thank you for readjusting the shot. Thank you for getting John Coutu zooming in. There you go, John. I'll make it even better. There we go. Yes. Okay, next.
Okay, next. You're going to have yourself a wine and cheese party. And I would say this is the most tagged category that I get all the time. Les, I'm having a wine and cheese party. What 3 wines am I supposed to have that will go with every single style of cheese? Right?
Okay.
Because you're going to do a cow, a sheep, and a goat's milk, hopefully, when you do a wine and cheese party.
Is that that's the animal? That's what we should be doing.
That's what you should be doing.
Look at you, Wine Diva. Wine Diva just gave some cheese suggestions too. I love that.
Weird.
Yeah. So wait. So
A cow's milk, sheep's milk, and goat's milk.
Okay.
So you could do like a Chev, a Pecorino, and a cheddar, right? Now, I'm telling you, there's one grape that goes with every cheese board, and that is Riesling. And we've had this conversation before, but dry Riesling goes with goat cheese, into cheddar, into blue cheese.
Because you know what? What am I going to say? I'm going to say Riesling is usually too sweet for me.
A lot of people
think it
is, right? But
this
again,
isn't bad.
It's so delicious. It's bright. It just really will cut through so many different styles of cheese.
So Riesling for the cheeses.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Pinot Noir and cheddar, they're BFFs. They got married. They had some weird cheddar cheese babies. They're like I just, you know, I like when grapes get married. I like when grapes and cheese get married. It's so fun.
It's kicking in, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's kicking in right about now, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, there we go.
6 glass of wine this morning.
Yep,
All right, okay. So Pinot Noir and cheddar. Also things like Pinot Noir and, you know, like a great sheep's milk cheese, like Manchego, things like that out of Spain are really fun. This is a Pinot project. Okay, so you're not in love with this Pinot. Okay.
No.
Okay, well, pick up a
Leslie
different
knows I'll
Pinot.
be truthful. You all
Yes,
know that.
yes.
If I like something, yeah.
You'll tell me.
Oh, wait a minute. Ted just told me in my ear, I'll like it if I picture a cheddar baby. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could go back to our Cheez-Its,
Yeah.
pairings, right? But the other grape that I like too is the grape Syrah. And I think Syrah is fun to put with blue cheese. You could also, again, do this with like aged Pecorino, sheep's milk, things like that. So these are, Riesling, Pinot, and Syrah, 3 wines that you should have for a cheese party.
And again, it's not if you're like, don't concentrate so much on the brand. It's just more about the grape that goes with these parties.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And good price points.
Oh man, I mean, I'm such a huge fan of never spending over $16, $17.
Even Leslie doesn't do that.
Yes.
She taught me that. All of these. Again, Pine Ridge.
Oh yeah.
Hello, early 30s.
$12.99 all the way.
Right there. That was my good friend. That was a good friend.
Yeah, and you can find Pine Ridge everywhere on a wine glass, list. And I used to work for Pine Ridge years ago, and so I know.
You did?
I did. Yeah, well-built wine.
Look at you. Cheese and everything.
So
we have
many
more.
things.
Okay, so 2 more parties coming up after the break. If you're going to have a fancy dinner party,
yes,
Leslie's going to help you out. And this is popular during this, a bridal shower. Are you planning? Are you in charge of a bridal shower?
Yes.
Maybe front row is. We'll get her up here. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everyone. Okay, our wine extravaganza continues with our friend Leslie Miller, and we're talking parties, okay? So we covered cheese party, picnic, and now we're moving on to bridal shower.
Wow, this is a question that I get a lot of this time of year. And here's the thing, you might be hosting for a lot of people, so let's not bake the bank. I swear to God. Let's not do that.
It's all right. Break the bank.
Let's not bank or bake.
Either one. We know what you mean.
Okay. So Vino Verde is a really great category. I know that every millennial wants to talk to me about Sauvignon Blanc. For some reason, they just discovered it during the pandemic.
Millennials love Sauvignon Blanc?
Yes, the whole world is out of Sauvignon Blanc.
You just have random millennials coming up to you asking about Sauvignon Blanc?
Yes, in fact, a girl 2 weeks ago said, I love this grape. Do you know about it? And I was like, oh, honey, yes, I do.
Have you heard of this great new app called Uber?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So Sauvignon Blanc, there's so many alternatives to that category. It's light, it's fresh, it's zesty. Pick up the region of Vino Verde, and you will never spend over $10. And again, these are small farmers. These are not giant companies. So
may I?
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
I do love this. I see some bubbles in there too.
Yeah, so it's bottled very, very young, and so you get kind of that effervescence kind of gleaming through.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. Now this also, if you flipped a lime popsicle upside down in this, yes, I'm telling you, this is the perfect picnic. I know. Okay.
Why? No, continue. I want to hear. If you flip a lime popsicle in this?
Yes, and it makes a great summer dessert.
Really?
Yes, it does.
Have you done that segment on our show? I don't think you have.
I think I did it from home.
Oh, that's right. And we blocked all those shows out.
Yeah,
but that's really good. Yeah. Okay, I'm a fan of this one. What's
So you also, I mean, who doesn't love a sparkly pink at a bridal shower?
Yeah, believe me.
But pick up something different. I know we can go to like the Proseccos of the world, and we can go to all kinds of bubblies that are not necessarily dry. And I like the drier style. Again, I kind of went back to Austria for this.
I like that. I like that label.
And this is 100% Pinot Noir, just really juicy and lovey, very, very gulpable. Again, easy to drink.
Okay.
And then a red that I think everybody should have, one in your pantry, like your dinner table, what have you, but then a Côte d'Aron as a red. Again, Côte d'Aron just as a region. Again, you're not going to spend over $15, and everybody with a red wine palate will love it.
So if you're looking for that's actually a really good suggestion.
Yep.
If you're looking for just a general one to keep in your house, just in case that friend comes over.
Yes.
That's a great
Côte d'Aron, great category. Yep.
Okay. Really quick though. bottle top? What is that?
Yeah, so the little crown cap really meant for some of these fresher styles that should be consumed within a couple of years.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Finally, fancy dinner.
Okay, fancy dinner party. Okay. Fancy. Okay, you need to kind of step outside the box a little bit.
Okay.
Again, you don't have to spend a lot of money, but there are so many interesting pinks right now that are unusual. This is another crown cap and small producer. This is 100% Montepulciano from the eastern side of Italy, and it's so unique. And do you like it?
Oh
yeah. Doesn't it kind of remind you also of cherry chapstick? Oh, it's so good.
That's real good.
It's so good. Sorry, guys. It's so good.
I'm moments from going on a Star Wars ride.
Oh,
That's
man.
right.
Just don't can we keep our shirts on?
We will,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
No, all joking aside, that is really unique and really good.
Yeah, and you can walk into any small bottle shop and say, hey, I'm looking for a dry, sparkling pink. Again, put a price point on your budget. Say, I don't want to spend over $18, and you're going to find unique producers like
How
this.
much is that one again that I'm loving?
Like 18 bucks.
Oh!
Yeah, I love it, isn't it? So, plus it's cute.
Siesta Key and I are going to go party after this.
Okay.
That's right. I got the wine. We're doing it. Well, I'm coming, Siesta Key. Don't worry. I got the wine for us. Leslie's going to give us some cheddar babies. We're set.
We're all
okay, we
set.
have a couple more.
Last two.
Yeah.
As far as whites go, you know, Eastern Europe, you got to walk into this category and you're going to have to ask for some help. But Eastern European whites, no?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Not your style, but you can find, again,
Yes.
something unusual that's different.
Yes,
right?
it is very unusual, just not my cup of wine.
Right.
But
so
yeah, but it is.
That one's from Croatia. I love it. Has a little rounder note to it. But again,
Has a good finish. Now I'm liking it the more
lime popsicle, right? No.
And our last one?
Okay. Don't forget about this grape Gamay. I mean,
I know
it
you love
is
the-
like
yes.
nerdy, it's cool, it goes with seafood, it goes with pork, burgers, steak. That's that one grape as a red grape that will really span a wide variation of entrees if you don't know what the host has prepared for dinner.
Gamay, everybody. Gamay, and then what was this again for the generic?
Cote Tyrone.
Cote Tyrone and
Yeah.
Gamay. If you learn nothing else, those two for just a great generic wine. Give it up for Leslie Miller, everybody. Go to OmniSayWine.com. When we come back, I'm going into the audience right after this. Back in a moment. Probably one of my favorite wines you've ever brought. That is.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. We have some missing seats over there. They're out drinking with Leslie. That's why they're gone. Welcome back. It's week two. It's week two of welcoming our audience back to the studio, and this is my favorite part. I have two great parts of my day. I have several good parts, but this is one of mine, and then after the show, I do a little Q&A with the audience. But right now, we're going to take some time to get to know folks. Where's Derek and Sarah? Sarah, okay. I got to talk to these folks because, stand up over here, Sarah, because we got an email from your husband, because here's the story. Yeah, you got to get up too, Derek. Because you didn't know until this morning you were coming here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what happened? Did he surprise you, or what happened?
Yeah, it was my birthday a couple weeks ago, so.
Oh, well, happy birthday. Oh, give me a hug. Happy birthday.
I will say one embarrassing part of the story.
Yeah.
We had seen you. I was like outside of a spot. She got so nervous she couldn't even roll down the window.
I did.
Yeah.
And my kids bring it up all the time.
Was I outside or?
You were outside. We were at the Children's Hospital, and you were walking out, and I saw you. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Jason. And I froze, and I didn't want to scare you because you were on your phone. I didn't want to be that weird lady who
No.
And so my kids were like, she was so amazed that she couldn't roll down her window.
Oh, next time, roll down the window. You won't scare me. I'm glad you're here. Happy birthday. Give it up for Sarah and Derek, everyone. Where's Julie? Where's Julie? Julie. Oh, right behind me. Come on. Hi, Julie.
I'm allowed to give you a present.
You are allowed to give me a present, yeah.
My dad and I wrote one of the first books ever featuring married gay grandpas. My dad and his husband are right behind me.
Oh, my goodness. What an honor to meet you.
Thank you.
Kyle, come over here. Nice to meet you. Oh. And. Okay. I thought you got the memo about not dressing better than the host, but that's fine. Oh my! So what motive? This is. Let me get a. We'll do a shot of the book. What was the catalyst for writing this? Where
my children.
Your children.
Raising my children who are now in college and junior in high school. We had no books that showed our family. There was no book showing gay married grandpas.
That reflected the family.
And that was our
you
family.
have.
And this is a true story. And we based it. My dad and I wrote it during COVID. We were locked down. We had time, and we wrote it and published it. And
I love it. Some people made sourdough bread. You made a book about gay grandpas. I mean, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Where can people get it?
It's available everywhere from Amazon to any local bookstores like Mischief on Grand Avenue.
Okay, Mischief, go support local. But if not, go get it from Amazon, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. Again, Katie has 2 grandmas. Aaron, we got to post that. Addie will post that on social media. We'll get you some sales right there. We need that more than ever right now. Oh, Lord. Okay, we're going over. Come with me. We're going to go talk to Aquamarine over here, or Siesta Key. It's I know it's Siesta Key. Let me come over here. What's your real name?
My name is Lily.
Okay, now I don't mean to reach over you, but I can't.
It's fine, I'm serious.
Okay, now you're here to talk about your friend.
My friend, Sandy has been my friend. She's a nurse, she's a caregiver, and we worked at a nonprofit teen clinic together, and she has been my friend forever. And I was so happy that she's here because she loves you so much. And it's like we tried so many times.
Oh, my Siesta Key, don't make me cry. Siesta. Oh, honey. Oh, my God.
She loves you so much. She loves you so much, and I'm just so happy to bring her here finally.
Oh, honey, can I give you a hug? You don't have to get up. I don't want you to get up. I'll give you a hug. Oh, honey. I love you.
I feel like I've seen Gary Cooper or something.
Oh, you're
out of my world.
You're so nice. I feel like we should give you something, like my boss's car or something. I feel like we got to give you something.
Just a mug.
A mug? Oh, we're done. We got to get. Hold on a minute. I mean, we got to get you. Here we go, Aaron. Just give me the whole collection of mugs. I mean, she gets everything. I'll grab mugs from our boss's office, for heaven's sake. There you go. You want one too? We'll get you one too. Give it up for our audience, everybody. We got to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. How great is that? Oh, honey. Welcome back. It is time. It's time for the world's shortest segment. Roll, Leo. Animal Kingdom isn't the only Disney World park to see some wildlife. Listen to this. A Disney fan posted this video. Look at this video, everybody, on TikTok, showing a cast member using a mouse-tool to try and pick up a snake at Magic Kingdom. After a few tries, she was successful. Commenters are impressed to see the employee going above and beyond to grab that snake. Oh, absolutely not. No. Nope. I would just let it roam. Anyway, we'll take a break. The surprise goodbye when we come back. Back in a moment. We were just saying. Hello, Director Evans, the best. Welcome back. My friends, as we wrap up, it's time for the surprise goodbye. Here's how it works. You know I don't know what's in this segment until I read it right now. Today, a water tower honoring music legend Johnny Cash springs a leak. Police in Kingsland, Arkansas. No way. People in Arkansas say someone shot a hole in the water tank, making it look like the image of Johnny Cash is peeing. The prank has already brought hundreds of people to the small town. The city will have to pay thousands of dollars. Sorry. Okay. Can we just say, I don't know how long I have, but I'm going to let you in on a little behind-the-scenes secret of our staff. We give Ted such a hard time. One time, these stories are supposed to be fun, and one time Ted put in a story about CNN pricing structure, and we're like, really? That's not really a fun story.
$7.99.
Ted, you have redeemed yourself with this story. That is fantastic. Tomorrow, Moulin Rouge is in town, and we're chatting with some of the cast members from the hit Broadway musical as it makes its way across the country. But right now, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing that wrong. And go get that book. Go get that book. That's right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.